let's start, shall we? For today's class, we're gonna retake what we stopped on yesterday. That is the activity grammar 1A. Complete the sentences using reporter speech. And obviously, we worked on it by the end of our class yesterday. So we got some answers already. Let me take one. I'm gonna take Miss Macia's answer. Yep. Remember that yesterday I told you that in case that you need another attempt or there is a mistake on the qualification, the way that the platform is grading it, let me know. Yep. Just in case, remember that. Okay. Let's see. This is the exercise we worked on yesterday. And basically what you received was direct speech statements or normal sentences, like sometimes we call them out. In here, we have to remember is the tenses, what are the changes, and in some occasions, depending the statement, the time expressions. Yep. So you got number one, I'm selling all my books, my brother said. So here is the key word, right? That we have to identify who is the person that is giving to us, that is sharing that information. Like it's my brother, we got like instead of I, right? You get he. Then you have the verb to be, right? Am, present. I'm gonna use the verb to be in past according to the subject. So he was. Like this tense in particular is as you identify the present continuous. Then you're gonna have past continuous, which means that selling, I keep the same conjugation. He was selling all, and here we have another change. This word, in this case, a possessive adjective. Yep. The original one, when he was talking, goes like my books. And now we got his, his books. Yep. Like that, we continue on it, and you get the second one. The second one is I've. The second one you get is I've. Yep. That contraction is I have. I have booked. When you have these structure, have plus past participle booked, what you are using is the present perfect. Okay. So present perfect, you transform into past perfect. What is the change in the verb? This one, the one that she included in here. From have, you change it into had. Yep. Then you have number three, your new dress doesn't suit you. My mother told me. So again, there are several parts of the original sentence that you have to pay attention to. In here, you have mother. Yeah, the person that is actually given the information, right? The expressed idea originally. My mother told me my new dress doesn't suit me. Now, here is a combination. Why? In this sentence, in this statement number three, what do you get? You get the situation, right? My mother, the person that is talking, but she refers to you. So your new dress, your mother is looking at you, right? You go to the department store and then you select clothes, and your mother tells you your new dress does not suit you. Yep. So my that's why here we have this change. Yep. From your to my. Yep. My new dress doesn't suit you. My new dress doesn't suit me. So in that one, we had a think like in the whole situation. Yep. Report a speech, but in here you have a kind of a dialogue, right? An interaction, mother with her daughter, and then you have this change. Number four, I may not be able to go to the party. Matt said. So he, the change, may, we change it for might. Yeah, might not be able to go to the party. So in here, for example, we have a sentence or a statement that we change only one word. We change the verb, the modal verb may into might. And that's it. The rest is the same. Obviously, paying attention to the subject, right? He. And then 5. I won't wear those shoes again, Jenny said. She wouldn't wear those shoes again, right? So Jenny, we identify as a female name. So then we have the clue, right? To know what is the subject that we are going to use. That's why in number 5, you get she, right? She. And then comes the other change. You get in the original sentence or information that you received, you get won't. That negative transform into wouldn't. Yep, wouldn't. Another change in this sentence. This word, these. These. That one, those. Yep. So there you see how we are making changes, right? Yesterday, obviously, as an introduction, we observed the video. We were talking about the extract of the grammar that you get on the platform as well. That information in that little live blue box that you got on the platform. They are telling me, right? Okay, these are the changes on the tenses that you have, but there were other words, right? The subject, the possessive adjective, the indicators or place or time, all that is changing. That's why here, pay attention to that. These into those. Yep. Number 6, I didn't buy you a present. Why identify? I got here, didn't. So like, depending, I mean, some of us, when we study, it takes more time to identify the tenses. Or maybe I don't know the name itself. But in this case, didn't is one is the auxiliary that we use to express ourselves in simple past. So what we refer that is identify the tense. If it's simple past, I had to make the change into past perfect. There you have it. She hadn't bought me a present. Yep. My girlfriend told me she hadn't bought me a present. Again, you have this situation, right? Number 7, I must get a dress for the party, Rachel said. She, the change that we make is here. Must transforms into have to. Yep, and the rest of the sentence, not a problem, okay? Number 8, I haven't been to the gym for a long time, Kevin said. So, he, Kevin said, he. The first transformation is in the subject. Then you have haven't been. These combination of tenses, of auxiliaries and verbs is the representation of the present perfect. Yep. And once you get the present perfect, you know that always from present to past. So present perfect, past perfect. Once you get in there, the rest of the sentence, the same. Yep. Number 9, sorry. I found a bargain in the sales. My sister told me. I found a bargain, right? Una buena oferta, un gran descuento, bargain. So she, and again, found is the past, simple past of the verb find, right? They are using simple past. Simple past transformed into past perfect. And then we have it, right? She had found a bargain in the sales. And number 10, I can't find anywhere to park. Look, he, and the change again, the subject from I to he. Why? You pay attention to the person, the information they are giving to us, right? So once you get it,
Mixer.
yep.
Sorry. In this activity, in the sentence number 8, The correction put me being separate, but is the word is joined, and I don't understand.
Oh, but you put it together, right? Been together.
Yes.
Okay, so there is a mistake in there. I have to check yours then?
Yes.
Perfect. Give me a second. So to check this one manually. Yep. So in the next activity, as you're working, I'm gonna check to all of you this one manually, just to be in there. I suppose you refer, like here we have it, right?
Yes.
And the correction appears like separate, but we know that that is a mistake. Been, in this case, the word been together. Yep. If the activity, the platform is making or marking a mistake to you, then I'm gonna make the correction, no problem. So there we have last activity that we worked on. That was like, let's say the first experience in this class with reported speech. Reported speech normally is one of the grammar issues that demands more work because of all the things that you have to remember. Yes, you have to remember. Okay, I remember from present simple to past simple. But if I don't know how to structure past simple, then I have a problem. If you got present perfect and then you have to change it into past perfect, it's going to be exactly the same. So the not the problem, but what we need to take into consideration is actually that you're going to have a structure to follow. Yep. To remember how to structure different tenses. And that is what makes reported speech one of the grammars that demands more attention and sacrifice in the sense of learning path. Let's see. So once again, we're gonna continue. You're gonna work on the next activity, and in that time, I'm gonna check your attempts manually. Yep. For the moment, on this activity, that is the last one that we worked on yesterday, eh, I got 12 attempts, and I'm gonna check them all again, right? In case, just to confirm your grade, to see if the correction of the platform is okay. Ms. Palacios already pointed out one mistake on that one, so we'll see. Yep. So let me go back to the main page to see what we get. Yep. Give me 1 second. There you go. So we just worked on activity 1A. Today we're gonna start on grammar, but 1B. Okay. So let me write it down to have the record of our activities. Let's take a look. Complete the sentences using reported speech. Let's take a look. Let me open my attempt. And let's see what it's about. So here you have it. Complete the sentences using reported speech. Yep. And you get, why did you dump your girlfriend? My friend asked me why I had dumped my girlfriend. So here you have, let me see, yes, all of them questions. So what we need to remember, when you have a question that begins with a question word, that it's considered an open question, you're gonna take that same question word to start with, right? My friend asked me why, begins the question with why, like in the example. My statement in reported speech begins the same way. Yep. So my parents asked me when, and then you take a look at the, obviously, the tense that you're using, right, in the question. And here, when are you leaving? Yep. So identify the tense, and then we made the change on it. Yep. Just to observe which one we refer to. So take a look at that one and tell me which one you will use. So which one will you structure with? Take a look at the sentence, at the question. Also, what I want is that you identify the tense that we are using. And with that information, we can work on it. Yep. In this case, in this, the question, the first question that we got in there, what tense are they using in that combination? Yep. Are you leaving? You got the verb to be, are, right? And you got the verb, the principal verb in the ending ing. So what change we are going to make in there?
Past continuous.
Past continuous, very good. Another change, remember for the questions, I don't have to make the question again. What I meant, the structure of the question, you change it into a sentence. Yeah. So you identify present continuous. We have to pass it to past continuous, right? My parents asked me when I was leaving. Yep. There you have it. That is the change that we're gonna have for the moment. Yep. Veronica Carrion, sure, yes. At this moment, I'm gonna delete your attempt so you can take it again, no problem.
Teacher, thank you.
Number 2, have you ever been engaged? She asked him. Now, this question, have you ever, is a yes or no question. It's a closed question. Closed when the options to answer originally is yes or no. Okay? What we use in that type of questions when they were yes or no questions. Yep. In that case, you have, remember, 2 options. You begin with if. She asked him if. Yep. And then have and been engaged, right? This one is present perfect. So you're gonna change it into past perfect. Yep. So our change is going to be if he had ever been engaged. If he had ever been engaged. Yep. Then you have in number 3, another one. Will you be home early? Will you be home early? Again, will you? Yes or no question. So what I made the change with, yep. Will transform into if he will be home early. Yep. Like that. You have their examples, right? If he will be home early. What is the change that we make? You have to pay attention. If the question does not begin with question word, is yes or no. If this is that type of question, you begin with if. And then we made the change according to the normal rules of reported speech, but you're not going to put as a question again. You reported is a sentence. That's why we are transforming. Questions in direct speech, question is the original information you receive, but when you report it, you are changing it, right? From a question to a statement, okay? There you have 3 examples. With that, we're gonna start now. Yep, take a look. Just for a second, take a look at the 3 ones that we developed together, the changes on the tenses all the time, of course, the option to start the question depending on what you have in the original. If you have a WH word like the first one, when, you begin with when, that question word. But if the question begins with auxiliary, have, will, then you have to start with if, okay? And then you made the change. With that, starting now, we're gonna get our 10 minutes for working on this activity. Yep, 1B. Let me make the change. Let me observe. Carrion, Okay, it was yesterday. Okay, Ms. Carrion, refresh and try it again. Let me know if everything is okay. So starting now, we got 10 minutes to work on this activity. Yeah, grammar 1B. Okay, there's the time we got for this activity. Obviously, any news, any updates, let me know. Yep. I go back to the main page of our platform. We're working on unit 8A. The activity that we just finished is in the section of grammar 1B. So let me see. We get grammar 1B, and then we pass to vocabulary and speaking about shopping. Yep. Vocabulary and speaking about shopping. And here we have the following. In pairs, say if you think these are the same or different, then check with your teacher. Buy something online and buy something on the internet. A chemist and a pharmacy, an outlet and a department store, a shopping center or a shopping mall, a library or a bookshop. Yep. Put on a shirt or try on a shirt. So this one, we're gonna work for this one. You're gonna create a Google Doc to explain me that difference. Yep. And then I'm gonna ask you, what is it? So this one goes for our drive. Let me once again send to you the link. What we are going to do, please, you're going to help me out creating a Google Doc. Remember always to put the name of the activity. So when I check, is easier for me, yep, to know what activity I'm working on, I'm working with. Okay, let me pass to you here my the link so you get easily to the drive. What we're going to do, this activity of speaking and pronunciation, what you're going to do is that you're going to write it and then we're going to talk about it. Yep. So what is it? Tell me the difference between those terms. Yeah. For example, you get here shopping center, shopping mall. When you investigate, maybe they're going to tell you some differences or actually what they are similar in, right? So that's what we need to find it out. Okay. There you have it. Check on the chat with that link. You're directed to our big folder of activities. And once again, what we are working on is based on the following. The one that we get as vocabulary and speaking, shopping. Yep. What is it? Try to find the differences among them, these 8 things, these 8 terms. These are the same or different. So you're gonna give me, you're gonna find out, okay, what is the meaning of an example? What is the meaning of chemist? And what is the meaning of pharmacy? And then you tell me as a conclusion if it's the same or not. Yep. But create a Google Doc and put the activity as it will, right? Questions about the activity?
No, mister.
Thank you for that confirmation. So starting now, we got, let's say 15 minutes. One Google Doc, tell me, it's possible, right? They are the same. Perfect. And then we are going to discuss about it with the answers that you all have. Okay. Starting now, 15 minutes for this activity. Okay, time to continue after this activity related to the vocabulary and speaking shopping. And here, what you get is terms that they were paired up, they were together. And the idea was to find out information about their meaning, their application, if technically speaking, they are the same or not. Yep. So the first pair that we got was buy something online or buy something on the internet. Yep. What did you discover? Was the same or not? To buy something online or to buy something on the internet?
It's the same.
Okay, there we have the first. The second, a chemist and a pharmacy. The same or there is actually a difference?
Different.
What is the difference, Orlando? What you found?
In the chemist sells you only medicine, and the pharmacy sells medicine and other various things.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Exactly. So the difference is how much they reach on what they offer, what they apply to. Very good. One more, number 5, a library or a bookshop. What is the difference?
Different.
What is it?
Outlet are directly connected to the manufacturing, don't typical immobiles middlemen. Whereas general store immobile middlemen.
There we have a description of the chain, right? Like intermediaries, how many people you get in the middle of the business, okay? So let's continue. Let's just scroll down to see what else we get. Okay, we get to the third section of this unit in the platform, that is reading. For there, we have read the article, the king of complainers. Which of these adjectives or any others will you use to describe Clive, and why? The adjective that you're listed, that they are offered to you or presented here, is admirable, clever, crazy, eccentric, mean, and obsessive. Yep, those are the adjectives that are presented for you in order to take a look first at the article itself. Yep. So the article, the king of complainers. I suppose we are familiar with the term to complain, right? Quejarse. So a complainer is a person that is looking for everything. Maybe in some occasions, a complainer is okay, right? I mean, got this person, he or she got reasons to complain. But in other occasions, then, for example, the king of complainers, then you're gonna find is like an exaggeration. Yep. Looking for the minor details, but there is a line there that we are going to discover if this person was entitled actually to complain or not. There we have the article in a bigger size. I mean, for me especially. So we got Clive Sidman loves complaining, but not shouting in hotel lobbies or angrily telling a shop assistant to call the manager or making a waitress cry. He loves complaining properly and in writing. Over the last 20 years, he has written over 5,000 letters of complaint. His success include refunded holidays, countless free meals, and complimentary theater tickets. So there we have one specification, right? We are not talking about a person that is making these scenes, that is making scandals in a shop, in a mall. No, actually, he's following like the right path. Now, we have to consider, obviously, societies, countries, conditions. What I mean, in some countries, they work better than the others, the way that you complain, and specifically the one that is described in here. Okay, so let's continue. So how has he achieved this? Screaming and shouting is a complete waste of time and is usually directed at a person who is not in a position to do anything, he says. I'd like to write a polite letter to the company. People won't want to help you if you're aggressive. They respond much better to good manners. It all started many years ago on a boring train journey to West London. The train passed by the McVitie's biscuit factory, and the smell of the biscuits made Clive feel hungry. He wrote a letter to the managing director to complain in a humorous way about the fumes coming through the carriage window. The result? Some free packets of biscuits. But since then, there have been more serious victories as well. On one occasion, he managed to get a Volkswagen Golf GTI within 24 hours for a friend who had been complaining for almost a year without any success about his faulty vehicle. On another occasion, he got a travel agent to refund the cost of a holiday worth £2,000. After Clive's wife, Bettina, broke her leg when she slept in a puddle of water in their holiday apartment in Spain. These days, there is almost nothing he won't complain about. After Clive was served mouldy strawberries in a British Airways flight, he used a courier service to send the fruit to the airline's chief executive. To compensate, V8 invited his daughters, Nina and Zoe, to Heathrow to personally inspect the airline's catering facilities. I just can't bear bad service, says Clive. We have right to good service and should expect it and demand it. In fact, what irritates me more than anything in that, unlike Americans, we British are hopeless at complaining. So how do Bettina, his wife, and daughters Nina, 22, Zoe, 18, and 12 years old son Joe cope with living with Brighton's biggest complainer? Surely he must be a nightmare to live with. Has he ever asked Bettina to explain why a meal she made is badly cooked? Or no, of course not, says Clive. It seems there are some things even he knows you should never complain about. So all the complainings obviously is not in the personal life, not to his wife, not to his daughters or son. That is clear. And he has received benefits of complaining, but benefits in compensation, right? It's not like he's trying to take advantage of situations. Not really. Just a formal complaint, respectful. He's never been aggressive. The communication has been normal, and then what he obtains is some sort of benefits, like the bright side of the negotiation. Yep. With that information, let's take a look what we got on the platform. On the platform, obviously, you got the same article, and the activity we're gonna work on is 3C. Yep. So let me open it for you. 3C. What does Clive think is the best way to complain? What did he get as a result of complaining about? I preview my quiz, open my attempt, and let's take a look at the activity. So what does Clive think is the best way to complain, and what did he get as a result of complaining about? For example, the occasion of the old strawberries that he received, and then you have the options. So according to the article, you can read it again. What was the option? What did they receive about it?
his daughters.
Very good. That's the option for that one. His daughters were invited to Heathrow Airport to inspect British Airways catering facilities. The smell of the biscuits. Yeah. The first situation that they described that he complained about, the smell of biscuits. So in there, what was the option? What he received? It's clear there.
He got top 3 packs of biscuits.
Exactly. As a way to forgive this, they sent actually a pack of biscuits. His wife's fall during a holiday.
The last option there.
And obviously for the faulty card, then you get this one. Yep. Those are the options. With that, let me take a look at your results. This one is based on reading the article that we cover about Clive, the biggest complainer, a person that complains about some particular situations. But according to the article, he's never aggressive. So he's just complaining about some stuff. Let's start on your attempts now. Okay. So we got like, I suppose this one is super fast. Let's see if in 5 minutes we can finish all. Okay, let's continue on this. I go back to the main page of course. We just worked on activity 3C related to the section of vocabulary in unit 8A. Yep. So let's take a look what else we got. This is the one that we cover. Here is the article. Here is the activity itself. Yep. Then you have, oh, sorry. Then you have, look at the highlighted verbs and verb phrases with the partner, try to work out their meaning. Yep. Let's see, we have an activity for it. Not yet. So in here, what you observe, let me see if we got it here better. Yep. How to complain successfully, and Clive is giving some tips on it. The parts that are highlighted, we get never shout and swear. Yep. What swear, what is the meaning of that one? How would you translate that word? Swear. It's technically you're saying bad words, right? You're insulting. That would be swear. The next one is don't spoil your meal. Yep, don't spoil, arruinar. Don't spoil your meal. Then you have in number 2, you got waste your time. Waste your time is when you don't use it productively. So basically you're just losing it. Yep, waste your time. As we continue in these sections is make it clear. Do not hesitate. Make it clear. That one is, I suppose, is simple. And hesitate is dudar. Yep. When you are not, sometimes, according before some situations, when you challenge, when you face some situations or conditions, some people they go like, I do it, I don't do it, I do it, I don't do it. They are not decided. They don't decide at once. They are not determined. So then what we have is that you hesitate. Yep. The activity also that we're gonna work on. But next one is the pronunciation section, and they refer to the letters, the vowels, AI. Yep, that's what we got in here, pronunciation, the letters AI, and they refer to this combination. In all the set of words that you have in here in the bank, what they refer is the difference on the pronunciation that you got on all of them. You see that you have 3 columns, and they are given to you some classification according to the sounds. They always give us like the reference of having a drawing, having the combination of or the sound they produce, right? So you have A like train, train. Yep. Then you have a sound like in chair, chair. Okay. That's what they refer to. So you have airline, bargain, certain, complain, email, fair, obtain, yeah, hairdresser, mountain, paid, painting, repair. That's what we're gonna work on for the activity on the platform. Yep, that is what they refer to on this one. Okay. Activity 4A, pronunciation. Let me write it down to have the record of our advance. Yes. Okay, with that, let me open my attempt. So let's see, we're going to classify it basically just following the patterns, just following the sounds produced by the combination in each one of the words that are provided in here as an example. So you have these three sounds, right? A, and A. The last two is actually the extension of the sound. You got something like chair, yeah, chair. Now we are exaggerating sounds. There is a difference, of course. You don't go so fast like, yes, chair, and then you have computer, right? Air, computer. That one is fast. Yep. So that is what we are going to observe. And the first one, that one is like, that one is totally different, right? Because it's like train, A, train. We have to put it in alphabetical order. So an example for train, I work with complain. That sound, A, complain. Okay. For chair, I'm going to use airline, air. That combination of the vowels, AI, gets me that sound, A, airline. And for the last one, I'm gonna use as an example, bargain, bargain. Yep. I don't go with bargain, no. The sound is E, bargain, okay? So following that example with complain, A, what other one you see? That sound, A.
Email.
Very good. There we have another. Email, ale, email. Another one, let's complete the first column. Another one in the same column. A, that sound, A. What other word do you believe it goes in there?
Paid.
Paid, very good. So paid, I put it in here. Remember that we have to also put it in alphabetical order. Yep. What else we got for the first column?
Obtain.
Moonshine.
Good, very good. Here, obtain, obtain. Yep. And the last one for that column?
Painting.
There you have the first column complete. Let's work on the second. We already got airline, airline, like a little extender. Yep. Now, when we are learning English, obviously for us, that kind of sounds is difficult. What I mean, a little extend like airline. Yes, but when we are speaking, that goes normally and fast. So airline, you don't go like exaggerating every single word and put in some combinations on the sounds. So that, let's try to identify. We got the example, of course, chair, airline. What other word would you include in that column?
Bird.
Okay, can you identify another word for the second column?
Hairdresser.
And finally,
Repair.
repair,
there you have it. Yep, we got the second column complete. And obviously there are only 2 words missing. But once again, what is the importance in here? The activity is obviously for us to identify the sounds, to practice our pronunciation. So it's vital in here for me that you identify that, especially the last column, that you get bargain, certain, mountain. Yep. So that sound, normally when we see mountain, we get all types of pronunciations with that word. You got people who pronounce it mountain, mountain. Yep. But actually that sound, phonetically speaking, what we are going to observe, what we're going to listen to actually in the last column, the sound is a, super fast, bargain, certain, mountain. Yep. That is the correct pronunciation, phonetically speaking. Now, you can find several cases and pronunciations. I tell you because mountain is actually one of the words that we see since we learn vocabulary. Yep. And even the teachers, we make some mistakes on the phonetics sometimes. Yep. But keep that in mind. So you have the first column with the sound of A, complain, email, obtain, paid, painting. Yep. And the second column with this sound of a little extender, a. So you got airline, fair, hairdresser, repair. And the last column, that is the, well, it's more similar to the sound of the vowel for us in Spanish, a. Yep, bargain, certain, mountain. Okay, that's the one. With that information, I can check your results. I get already 6 attempts. The magic number for the moment is 10. So help me out to work on it. Yep, let's start on this. We got 10 minutes for this activity starting now. Okay, perfect. We all finished on this. Let's take a look what else we get. Going back to the main page, 8A. And let's take a look what else we got on the section 4, that is pronunciation. Yep. As a complement, you're gonna find on the platform this audio track to check, like listen and check, and then answer the question. So what is the pronunciation? How is usually pronounced? The differences on that. So let's listen up on it. Let me check if my audio is shared.
.36 Train A. Complain. Email. Obtain. Paid. painting,
chair, air, airline, fare, hairdresser, repair.
computer, bargain, certain, mountain.
We listen one more time to the track. Now, obviously take into consideration that the line, the material that we are using as being Cambridge editing, that's what you have in there, the British pronunciation, right? So if you want to sound like Harry Potter movies, then you follow those accents. If not, you go with the regular and normal American English. There is not one accent that is the correct one. I mean, when we talk about accents, we have to respect our origins. We have to respect the way we learned and the way that you try in some occasions to imitate the pronunciation of the words. Once again, the track, as all the material that we developed the modules with, is based on the Cambridge style, which means it's British. Yep. So just one more time, the track.
4.36. Train, A. Complain, email, obtain, paid, painting,
Chair, air, airline, fare, hairdresser, repair.
Computer, bargain, certain, mountain.
Okay, so there you have it, right? Once again, that's why the pronunciation that maybe is kind of totally difficult or different, at least for the missing pronunciation of the R in the British accent. Basically, when you have it, especially by the end, so you go fair to fat. So it goes like they eliminate most of the pronunciation of that R in some of the words, right? That's what we hear too. We're gonna take the break now, yes? And then we start for not interrupting that time and for having it complete, then we're gonna take on 4C. So right now you can turn off your cameras, you can walk a little bit. We got the 15 minutes of our break, okay? Okay, time to retake after our break. Let's continue on the section 4, that is regarding to the pronunciation skills. So let's go to activity 4C. Listen and write 4 sentences. Practice saying them. So let me take a look at my attempt. Help me out on that as much as possible, and then you work on your own. Yep. So I start my attempt. And what you're going to have, obviously, is the audio track. So let's say, and let's see if we can actually identify the 4 sentences.
(4.37) 1.
I'm going to write an email to the airline to complain.
There you have. So literally, you're going to listen to 4 sentences and then you have to transcript. Yep. Listen up to the part of the contractions. On the first, you get I'm. Yep. On the first, you get I'm. And be careful with the apostrophe, just in case. Yep. I am going to write an email to the airline to complain. Yep. The use of the apostrophe, careful on it. Still, if we having some inconvenience with that one, I'm gonna just check manually if we need it. So let's listen one more time. Number one.
1,
I'm going to write an email to the airline to complain.
2,
She said that she had paid for the repairs.
2,
She said that she had paid for the repairs.
So on that one, for the second one, it's actually an example of the structure of the report of speech. She said that she had paid for the repairs. Yep. She said that she had paid for the repairs. There we have two. Let's listen to number 3 and 4.
3,
You're certain to find a bargain in the sales.
3,
You're certain to find a bargain in the sales.
4,
She did a lovely painting of the mountain.
3,
You're certain to find a bargain in the sales.
4,
She did a lovely painting of the mountain.
There we have it. So we can start on your work now. Yeah, you have for 2 seconds the first two that we completed together. Number 1, I'm going to write an email to the airline to complain. And number 2, she said that she had paid for the repairs. Yep, 1 and 2, and you worked on 3 and 4. Okay, I'm gonna check this activity manually just in case for the contractions or any misspelling. Okay. So starting now, you got 10 minutes to complete this activity. Okay, we move on. We just finished activity 4C. I check most of your attempts manually due to the update on the answer of one of them, and also in some occasions for the apostrophe. Remember that these we can do it on your practice on our classes, but during the exam, be careful on those minor details. Yep. Let's continue. Going back to the main page of the platform. We just finished activity 4C. Let's see what else we get. So we got to the next section, that is vocabulary. Let's take a look at it. Let me show to you first something on the book. Yep. So for vocabulary, what we're gonna refer to is in here. Referring to vocabulary on building, I think. Yes, on building. So in here, what we get for this unit in particular, they refer to the following things, right? Word building means that you're taking an example, you're taking a verb, and transform that one into a noun, adjective. Yes, so that's why you got achieve, agree, argue, attach, choose, compensate, complain, deliver, demonstrate, explain, lose, pay, respond, sell, and succeed. The words that you got in there and the part that is underlined is the one that got the accent. Yeah. When the word is only one syllable, like lose, pay, sell, they don't have any, or choose, they do not have any part underlined. It's only one syllable, right? By the sound in English. So first that. Then, when you take achieve, which one will be a correct formation of it? What I mean, I can say a chef's action or achievement, or is a complete different word. That's why we got in here, depending the activities we got on the platform, right? We got in here that the word building. So we are going to take some words, in occasions is a verb, could be a noun, and you're gonna transform it in something different in another part of the speech. You have here the example. In the third column, a new word, they got choice. Choice is related to the verb choose, right? But I don't go like choosement. No, that does not exist. If I take achieve, I'm gonna have the word achievement, an example. So I'm gonna have this ending, N-E-N-T, achievement, yeah? Agree, agreement, and like that. That is the kind of activities that we're gonna have. On the right, you have making adjectives and adverbs. So here you have a column to the left. The first column of the table, they are nouns. Luck, fortune, comfort, patience, and care. And then we are going to transform them into adjectives and adverbs. You get an example with luck. You get positive, lucky. Yep. What will be noun, luck, suerte, fortuna. Lucky, suertudo, afortunado. Yep. Then you have the negative adjective for it. Unlucky, desafortunado. But also with this noun, luck, you can make adverbs. As you know, adjective works with the noun, right? An adverb works with the verb. So depending what you try to express, you're gonna use one or the other. If you want to qualify a noun, we use an adjective. If you want to give some qualification to the verb, you're gonna use an adverb. And in there we have luck, luckily, unluckily, yeah, afortunadamente, desafortunadamente. Then you have those options, okay? So this one just to have an idea as an introduction of what we are going to cover on the platform, the exercises related to vocabulary. But the vocabulary, the big idea is that word building. So how from one noun, from one verb, you can obtain other words, adjectives, adverbs, or different words, different nouns, if it's possible. Yep. Then let's see what we get. Yep, with that introduction, let's go to the platform. Let's see it, our activity. And then you have. So let's start on activity 5A. Look at some nouns from the article. What verbs do they come from? Look at some nouns from the article. What verbs do they come from? So let me open the activity. There you have it, what you receive as an instruction, right? And we have, look at some nouns from the article. What verbs do they come from? You have complaint. What is the verb for complaint?
Complain.
Exactly. The only change in there is by the end. The verb until end. And the noun, queja, complaint, T. Yep. Argument. What is the verb?
Argue.
How you spell it?
I don't know how.
Yep. It's similar to this one, the one you refer to.
Yes.
Argue. Yes, in argue, argue is discutir, right? An argument, una discusión, argument. Then we have compensation. What would be the verb for that? What it sounds like the verb, the verb related to it. The noun, compensation. What will be the verb? Which one you think it is? Take a look at the word. Maybe you remember one. It's similar to one word that you have seen before. Just take a look at the noun and think of the verb that may be the origin of that noun.
Compensate.
Compensate, sounds good. So let's take that one into consideration. Yep. Let me write it down. So I got in here, compensate. Yep. So this is one activity related obviously to the ones that we got introduced to in the section of vocabulary. That is, here we are going from nouns to the verb. Most of the words in any language get this relationship, which means noun, verb, adjectives, and adverbs. The way that we are going to, from one of them, we are able to create the others. Yep, let me take a look at my result. I finished my attempt. Let's see what happens. Okay, there you have it. The ones that were given are nouns: complaint, argument, compensation. The ones that you completed are the verbs, right? Complain. And there, imagine how important is the pronunciation of that T by the end. Complain, verb. Complaint, noun. Yep, huge difference that is making that sound of the T by the end. Let me take a look at your results. I got 7 attempts. Great, great number. I need 10. And I suppose some of you already get the score. Yes. So let's wait a couple of minutes for our classmates to work on it. Great, let's continue on it. So we just worked on activity 5A. Yep. So look at some nouns from the article. What verbs do they come from that we were looking, or we were inferring for the origin of the words? Yep, that's what we worked on. Our next activity, let me go back to the platform just to check, right, that we are going in the right order and that we are completing all the activities as well. So in here, what we've got, section 5, we just worked on 5A. Now let's take a look at vocabulary bank 1A. And vocabulary 1A, make nouns from the verbs in the list and write them in the correct column in alphabetical order. So let's take a look. Let me preview my quiz, start my attempt. So we have, similar to the one that I showed to you, make a list, make nouns from the verbs in the list, write them in the correct column in alphabetical order. So that one we also have to keep in mind. Then what else we need to consider is that the formation of the words. Once again, not all the words, not all the verbs, we got the all endings, right? We can put on the all endings. Actually depends on some combinations, and a matter of the origin of the word. So in this case, like we are making nouns from the verbs in the column, we just need to pay attention to the correct formation. The first column, the first column we have with the termination of Asian, yes. The second column is with the ending of meant, and the third column is a completely new word that is based on the verbs, but still, yep. So that one we refer to. So let's take a look. In the first, let's take an example. Let's work by column, yep. So we can complete it together. The first column ending, Asian, what word sounds like? Which verb would you use in order to form the new noun? An example, for the first column, we are going to use the verb compensate. Yep. So the word or the noun that we form, compensation. The second column that we get the ending meant, for that one, we are going to use the first verb that we have in that group. So what we are going to have is the following: achievement. Yep. And the new word is the one that we had in the example that I showed to you when we made the introduction for the vocabulary. That was choice. Yep. So there you have the example for each one of the columns as we are forming nouns from the verbs in the box. Yep. Compensation, achievement, and choice. Remember that is a matter of alphabetical order when we make the classification in them. So let's take a look at the others. We already use achieve, that is the first verb in here. The second one is agree, and I mentioned to you how you form the noun. So in which column we put it here? Agree. Aggression, agreement, or a total different word?
Agreement.
Exactly. So then we go agreement. Yep. With the next one, we get argue. That one we also know, right? What is the noun? The verb is argue. The noun?
Argument.
There we go. Thank you so much. Argument. Yep. We continue. The next one is attach. Attach. Attach means adjuntar algo. Yep. Where we included how you made the noun with that verb, attach. What sounds better, attaching or attachment?
Attachment.
Right? Sounds better. So we follow now that what sounds better actually is a form of inferring some words. It works all the time, most of the times, but not like that is going to be your rule for grammar, right? So just in case, but in some occasions that helps us out. The next one that we get in here, well, choose is the one that is related to choice. Yep, choose related to chose. Then we have compensate, that we already put it in the form of compensation. And after that one, we get complain, that we know there is a little change for the new word. Complain in N, the ending, the last letter N is the verb. But for the noun, what I go is complaint with T by the end. Yep. So there you have it. Another, deliver. That one is super easy in these times that we order a lot of things. What is the word for the noun? Deliver.
Delivery.
Delivery. Perfect. Delivery. Yep. So that ending obviously is part of the new word. So goes in the third column. Delivery. There you have it. Let me see, I'm missing one I. Delivery and one E. Let me type it again. Delivery. Yep, there you have it. As we continue, demonstrate. What is the word? The noun for that verb, demonstrate. What sound?
Demonstration.
Exactly. So then we go. Demonstration. That's the word, right? Demonstration. We got also explain. What we got on that one? Explain. What noun you obtain from that verb and what is the correct form? Sounds better explainment or explanation?
Explanation.
Explanation.
There you go, explanation. And then we got lose. The noun for lose, perder, right? But the noun,
Loser.
Lose.
actually those are
Love.
good, right? So this is one noun that they put in here, but the one that you also share, loser, lost, those are also possible. In here they put loss like that one, double S, pérdida. Yep, loss. Then we go with pay. What is the noun for that verb, for pay?
Payment.
Exactly. So you go with payment, right? Pay, pagar, payment, pago. Payment. Okay. Then we got three more that obviously the only space available is regarding to the last column. So it's going to be a new word. If the verb is respond, the new word is going to be
Response.
response. There you go. And then you have sell. The one of the options for a noun based on the verb sell is
Fail.
sale. Exactly. Sale. And finally, for succeed, triunfar, succeed, the noun is
Success.
exactly. Éxito, logro, success. There you have it. Take a look at my table. You're working with me on this one. So I'm gonna check your responses. Yep. Remember that is in alphabetical order. So not only, well, the activity is demanded in alphabetical order, just in case. If you have an activity similar to this one during your test, they are going to count the mistakes if they do not appear in that order. Let's see, I go to your results. I got 6 people working already on it. Excellent. Remember, the magic number for today is 10. So let's take advantage as much as possible of the time of the class and work along with us. Okay, we're gonna wait some minutes until our classmates are done on this. Okay, let's continue. Enough time for this one in particular, Vocabulary Bank 1A. Let's take a look, going back to the main page. So we cover all of them, right? So we get up to Vocabulary Bank 1A, and let me see what else we get. Let me see what else we get. Yep. So we just work on vocabulary bank 1A. And let's continue on this one. Vocabulary bank 1B. Complete the questions with a word in the singular or plural. So open up on the activity. I preview my quiz. And let's see. Start my attempt. And here we have it. Yep. There you have the options, and you got like arguments, explanations, complaints, compensation, attachment, demonstration, and choice. Complete the questions with a word in singular or plural. Yep. Have you ever opened and so from there we're gonna take some options. Now remember that they refer to singular or plural, but you're gonna take the words as they are. Obviously, we have the tabs in there. Yep. Have you ever opened and on an email that contain a virus? So from there, an example, I start with attachment. Normally, the word that we link to the emails when you get a file or some extra or additional information, and you include it on your email. Yep. So there you have the first. The second, do you often have with your family? What about? Yep. Do you often have? And there we're gonna use arguments. Yep. Do you often have arguments with your family? What about? Number 3, do you prefer reading grammar in your own language, or do you think it's better to read them in English? Do you prefer reading grammar? And for that one, we are going to use explanations. Yep. Do you prefer reading grammar explanations in your own language, or do you think it's better to read them in English? And the others, you work on them. Yep. So the others are for you. We work together on 3. And then you have the other 4 spaces for you. Yep. We have selected for number 1 attachment, for number 2 arguments, and for number 3 explanations. Take your results. So starting now, you got your 7 minutes, your 10 minutes, sorry, 10 minutes. Great, I already have 3 attempts. Remember, the magic number for today is 10. Yep, so let's just start. From now on, 10 minutes. Okay, great. Let's continue. I go back to the main page of the platform to see what else we got as activities to follow up. There you have one activity for you to practice at home that is in the section of listening on speaking. There you have the audio track, and then you answer it to these questions, right? As we continue, what you get, the same, listen again and answer the questions. We are going to concentrate in this part C. Yeah, remember that all these belong to the section number 6 of the platform today that is related to listening and speaking. What we are going to work on is related to the following. We're gonna have two more activities for today. One is this activity C in this section, sorry, that we're going to do it like oral activity. That is talk to the partner. For that one, I'm going to make some rooms. We're gonna be together and you're gonna talk about this in situations in particular. We're gonna start somehow with the activity number 7. So right now we're gonna work on activity number 7, section number 7, writing. So a letter of complaint. Write a letter to complain about something you bought online. So the situation is that you're going to imagine, you're going to assume, okay, you purchase something nowadays, right? The deliveries, Instagram, anything. So there are problems with what you purchased, and that is what you're going to complain about. So you're going to tell me in the letter of complaint, obviously, what is the artifact, what is the device, what did you buy? Then you're going to tell what is the problem and what you are expecting to obtain. So first, we're going to work on activity 7, and then we are going back to part C of listening and speaking, talk to a partner. But for the moment, let's open up this one, a letter of complaint. On this one, we start. Yep. So starting now for the letter of complaint, let's say the maximum we need 15 minutes. Yep. With 15 minutes, I think it's more than enough. Remember, be specific about what you purchased, what you bought online. Second, obviously, what is the problem with this purchase? And third, what do you expect to obtain? Yeah, a refund, you want your money back, you want another article. So you be specific about that, okay? So starting now, we got 15 minutes on this one, a letter of complaint. Okay, just to finish for today, I'm gonna put on the chat the link for a flip for the last activity. This activity is related to complaint. So you're gonna tell me the one that actually you write about it, you're gonna tell me the video is for 45 seconds top, yeah? But the minimum will be okay that you give me a video of 30 seconds, yep? If it's too short, you start losing some points. Let me share with you my screen so we can observe what we got in there. Yep. So the link guides you to the following. That is, as usual, our flip page where you find this topic. That is complaints. Yep. The activity itself, complaints. Share a time you complain about something or maybe somebody. Yep. So the video, the maximum required 45. It's acceptable 30 seconds. Starting now, we got, well, 15 minutes to work on the video. I suppose we're gonna take way fewer minutes than that, but just in case you get 15. Starting now, I'm gonna be quiet so you can record your video. Okay, there with this activity that is a flip video about complaints. Remember, 30 seconds minimum, 45 seconds stop. This is the last activity for today. Have a great week. Always take care, and I'll see you next weekend. Yep.
Thank you, Mr.
Bye-bye, guys. Take care.